Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another wonderful Wednesday night here at SVSU Cardinal Esports. Tonight we have another League of Legends match of League of Legends Red versus the Lambton Lions Blue. Um, Currently, we have our watch party going down over at Student Life, where we're going to be having pizza and snacks and drinks, as well as a raffle to be winning a Super Nintendo Classic. Playoffs are beginning next week. This is the last week of normal season competitions, and then playoffs are going to start on Monday. Okay, so we're gonna know what teams are in playoffs by Sunday. We'll be able to come back at you with some more info about um, who's gonna be playing in tournaments, or who's gonna be playing in playoffs, who's gonna be playing who, and what's all going on for next week. And as of now, we should be getting into pro draft here any minute. I'm gonna be seeing what both teams are picking. It's gonna be a hybrid week, as you can see here. We've got SV Ronan from the League of Legends Blue team, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, glad to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Looks like we're waiting on both teams to be getting into the draft here. I mean, yeah, hopefully we want to see you guys down, heading over to Student Association or Student Life. My mistake. Want to see you head down to Student Life and participating in that watch party. We got a good crowd of friendly people there. If you don't have anybody to hang out with, but you want to, then just go on down and you'll be guaranteed to make some friends. Hopefully going to be getting into it here in a few minutes.
So tonight I'm super excited for the red team to play here. They've been cooking up some stuff that I'm super interested to see. So some insider info. It should be a lot of fun. But yeah, I am SV Ronan. I'm team captain and play on the B team for the League of Legends program here. Currently we pretty much sealed playoffs. So I'm super excited about that. That one I can pretty much guarantee is we made playoffs.
Yeah, so far you guys have only dropped a single game, right?
Yep, it was a single game, and we were actually missing one of our starters during the game, and we know we kind of threw that at him. So
Right.
just take it as a learning experience, and we're actually really pumped to try and play them again in the playoffs. So
Oh, for sure. Even being taken down one game is nothing to sneeze at. And you guys have had a very effective season overall, and it's been fun the few times that we've been able to stream you guys.
yeah. So yeah, all of our wins have been 2-0s, and then we've only dropped one game, one match, and that was a 2-1 loss. So we've got wins on every team that we've played at the very least. So
Nice, always good to see.
yep.
Yeah, it seems like the season's going really well for you guys. I'm hoping that you can make some waves going in playoffs. I've got high hopes.
Yeah, same here. Super pumped for it. So far, I've made the playoffs every season I've played. So hopefully, we can make some big noise here this year, and then do even more next year. So
Oh yeah, congratulations on making playoffs every season you've participated in so
so
far.
far, so
Yeah.
far.
Hopefully things can keep up that way. It's the competition is ramping up every single semester. You can definitely see that there's more teams that are starting to come together and work on the teamwork aspect of things as opposed to just being good at the game individually. You can definitely see large amounts of improvement in every single team that's showing up in these leagues, and it's really just showing as a general how big esports is getting in general and how big collegiate esports is getting.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I mean, we've got super successful Smash teams here. I believe some Valorant teams are expecting playoff runs. Rocket League as well. So
Yep.
I think there's a team from all 5 of the games that we play. At least one team making it. But I think we actually figured it out today. 2 teams should make it about from every program that we have, other than League, I think. So
I know as a representative of the Rocket League team, I know that B and C teams are pretty set to go into playoffs, getting right into draft here. We have a Cassante ban on LC Blue side.
yeah, Cassante just honestly a 1v5 champ sometimes in games. Silas as well. They're fast banning. Both teams
Yeah.
are today. Looking like both teams came in with a solid game plan. I do think the Udyr is a good ban because it's a double ban, one towards our top lane and Kaiser, one towards our jungler in Vanilla Gorilla. TF solid ban. He's super strong right now. Smolder, get that champ out of here. I play AD carry right now, but honestly, I dodge every game that champ gets picked. He's so crazy.
We got Kaisa being the first pick for LC Blue, as with Yasuo being the first pick for SVSU Red.
Okay. Very, very aggressive first pick with the Yasuo. The Kaisa pick's a takeaway from SV Soul. He's a Kaisa man. He loves that champ.
Then we got an Alistar pick.
Yeah, Alistar, kind of something like that's an expected pickup if you're picking a Yasuo, something to knock him up in the air so that the Yasuo can get a solid ult off. Especially when it's pretty much point and click, you know.
Yeah, definitely good team play is able to be made with those two champs.
Yeah, of course.
Got an Aatrox pick on LC Blue side.
So Aatrox big for not really having any losing matchups, really. He's just solid all around. Like, he's a flex champ. Like, every game in solo queue with Aatrox, he either takes over the game or, you know, he gets ran into the ground. So I'm excited to see how it does here.
Yeah, I've seen Aatrox getting picked a lot more in recent matches here. Overall, pretty much getting picked at least once a match. Got a Maokai pick on LC Blue side.
Maokai pick huge. Maokai is very, very strong right now in the meta. Also, that ult is just pretty crazy, especially with how it synergizes with the Kaisa ult, and, you know, it helps Aatrox just chain. It's pretty good team fight comp so far for LC Blue.
Yeah, both teams definitely came in with a solid game plan, knowing how they wanted to execute things. Looks like both teams did a bit of scouting, trying to...
Diana ban. So the Diana can either go mid or Diana can go jungle.
Interesting.
I really have no idea where that's going to go.
Yeah,
Seraphine ban, otherwise known as Sona 2.
Why's that?
Sona 2, I was created in 2020 Boogaloo. Seraphine's just basically just the same kit as Sona.
I had a feeling.
Pretty much in the game.
Getting into bans here on LC Blue's side, fourth ban. Gonna be seeing here what they're gonna pick in the next 10 to 8 seconds. Definitely taking their time with this one.
Yeah, I'm excited because, like, SVSU kind of has two flex picks on their side, so it's hard to... Malphite ban, okay. All right. Malphite ban big. I understand why they got rid of the Malphite, though. You don't want that Malphite with the Yasuo, because Yasuo is a pretty popular... If you're picking Yasuo, Malphite's always a good champ to have around because of his ult. Because you got to have very, very, very fast reactions to flash that ult. Okay, they took the Victor. That's obviously a take from Cactus Cat here playing mid lane.
I believe that's his main, isn't it? Or one of them.
Okay, Vayne pick. So this is interesting because this is another flex pick. Vayne can go 80 carry or top. Yasuo can go mid or 80 carry, and Diana can go mid or jungle. So
yeah, pretty hard to figure out what kind of team comp they're running as an enemy team. LC Blue is probably kind of in the dark about where each champ is going to end up going. They've got a couple for sure picks, but...
Yeah, Vayne will be good as well into the Maokai. Vayne shreds tanks. That's what she's known for. So once she gets going, she's pretty hard to stop. Renekton. That's going to be a mid Renekton, I think. Yeah, that might be a mid Renekton because you've already got the Aatrox top. My one thing that I would say is LC Blue looking a little too AD heavy here. So they might have that Kaisa go AP. Kaisa.
And then Ivern being the last pick for LC Blue here.
Yeah, if they lock it in, looks like they're questioning it. Okay, so they did lock in the Ivern. Ivern, always a solid pick. He's one of the junglers that takes the most practice to play with because he takes a lot of knowledge to run well because he can't farm those camps right away.
Right.
He's got to wait for those camps to be ready. So if you're solid at counter jungling, usually Ivern's a little easier to deal with. Tom Kench. What is going on? So it's got to be Diana mid? No, Diana jungle? Yasuo mid? Tom Kench top? Vayne 80 carry and Alistar? I'm so confused right now. Okay, wait. Unless it's Vayne, they can go Vayne top. Diana jungle, I'm thinking. It's got to be Diana jungle. But if it's going Vayne top, then it's going to be Yasuo 80 carry. So Tom Kench mid or Alistar mid? AP Alistar mid. They could be going AP Alistar mid. I'm actually super excited for this. This is a ton of fun. I'm super excited for this game.
Yeah, they were definitely not joking when they said they were bringing out the meme comps to play and have some fun here tonight. And, you know, it looks like both teams came to have some fun tonight.
Yeah, I don't know where LC Blue is in the playoff standing. I know. Hmm? Okay, so I've been informed that both teams are 0-4. So yeah, this is a let's go for the win, but let's have fun kind of game. So I'm super excited to see this. I think both teams are going to be playing for that win. It's gonna be fun. This will be really interesting.
And right here, we actually have a very special announcement to be making. I am going to be taking the scenes behind the computer running stream, and filling in for me is none other than the League of Legends coach, Josh himself. Coming in right here, and we'll be doing swaps.
What did I do?
The weak fear the shadows.
All right, so Coach, you want to give some insights into the draft?
Well, that's a tough one. So this is our last game for the series or this season for this team. So ideally, I wanted us to have some fun and pick things that are still good. We got banned out pretty quickly. They banned out the Malphite, and that was the one kind of like pick that people were really looking forward to. But we still got what we wanted. We wanted Yasuo Vayne.
What is it? We saying the team is very unga bunga.
Yeah.
like
Super unga bunga, but it'll be interesting on how this game plays out because I don't really know the matchup or I gave them the liberty of taking Tom mid or Vayne mid.
hmm
So I don't know what lane they're going. I'm gonna assume it's Vayne mid though.
Okay, well, we'll know when they have, I think it's either 10 or 20 seconds left here, they'll be able to swap. That's the last time they can swap, so.
Yeah, what were you guys' thoughts when we were picking?
Well, like I said, I had a little bit of insider knowledge. The Diana ban I didn't hear about before this.
Oh, the
I was a little-
Diana pick, yeah.
Yeah, or pick, yeah, sorry. I was a little surprised to hear about that, but that was fun. Yeah, and then seeing the Tom at the end, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, we had the audible off the Malphite, so it'll be very interesting.
Well, but honestly, though, you have an Alistair and a Tom to peel for Vayne.
Yeah,
So, I mean, even a Diana to a point, right? So as long as, you got a lot of protection for that Vayne that can just take over the game. The Renekton pick from them was out of nowhere for me.
I actually knew that one was coming because we picked Yasuo.
Gotcha.
So typically people will pick Renekton mid into Yasuo mid,
Mhm.
but oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they're pretty AD heavy, though.
Yeah,
Unless they go AP Kai'Sa, right?
yeah. This game is actually gonna be really hard because they're very bruiser heavy,
Mm-hmm.
and
They're just trying to punch you in the face.
yeah, and we're kind of glass cannon, kind of.
Mhm.
So it'll be interesting on how the Vayne does into Renekton. Like Vayne, Brian has a lot of games, or Cactus Cat has a lot of games on Vayne. So I actually trust him on this pick. Aiden's been spamming a ton of Yasuo.
Yeah, he
So-
said something earlier. He was like, that's SV Soul. He said, he's like, you guys have no idea how much time I've spent in the practice tool on Yasuo in the last 3 days.
Yeah. Brian, he's been asking me to play Vayne a ton.
Okay.
So I figured it's the last series of the season. We might as well.
Yeah, I just thought it was the draft was really interesting for SVSU because it was first it was a Yasuo, then it was an Alistair, and then it was a Diana. And
Oh, yeah.
Diana can flex jungle mid, and then Yasuo can flex mid, AD carry,
Mhm.
even top a little bit if you got a competent enough person, right,
Mhm.
and a good enough matchup. And then it was you have the Tom Kench, which is also a flex pick, and then you have the Vayne, which is a flex
Yeah.
pick. So it was a lot of you can move things where you need them, which I like drafting like that.
Mhm.
You know, if you got people that can play those picks with each other.
Unfortunately, we didn't get the OP.GGs of the other team until really late. So we kind of went into this with a very little knowledge. But I think their draft is pretty good. Both teams' drafts are pretty good.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It's going to be keeping that Renekton off of the Vayne, I think. Which Vayne also has her own protection with the alt and then Q run away while they can't see me. The condemn to push them away.
Yeah. I mean, I was not expecting the Ivern pick at all. I haven't saw a lot of Ivern this season. Seems like he's coming back a little bit more, but I haven't saw it.
Yeah, I mean, Ivern's one of those champs when you see it in solo queue, it's like, oh, that's got to be someone who really knows how to play Ivern because nobody plays Ivern.
Yeah. And the Maokai Kais is pretty stock standard.
Yeah, I mean, I said during the draft, I'm like, you can't criticize a Maokai pick right now
No.
because he's still so strong.
Yeah. So I figured since I'm here, I might as well say something. We're losing both of our junglers this year. So if you go to Saginaw Valley and you play League of Legends, please try out for the League of Legends team. We don't bite. I mean, Tito might, but
Yeah, and Coach has seen me play jungle and he doesn't want that.
I mean, we make do. But yeah, if you play League, please come try out because we're losing two of our.
Also, shout out to those two junglers, Sport Geek on the blue team and Vanilla Gorilla on the A team. Congrats, graduating this semester. Super proud of them.
Yeah. We'll see. I spoke to Vanilla Gorilla about the Diana pick, and he says that he hasn't played it as much as he wanted. So we'll see.
I like Diana though. It's pretty pretty easy in the sense that you just do the same thing kind of every time. So
Got the name of the other school.
Lambton.
Lambton. Okay. I just didn't want to call it. Yeah.
All right, I wanted to ask you best skin right now. Who's running the best skin?
Try to guess. It's very obvious. I play one champion out of all these. If you guess wrong, I'll be very disappointed.
You play Yasuo, right?
Yeah.
It's the Yasuo,
It's
right?
the
Okay.
Dream Dragon Yasuo. Except I don't like that color variation.
You don't like the Moo Cow Alistair?
Evelyn likes to spam the cowbell.
Everyone loves the cowbell.
I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think there's going to be any level 1.
Jeez.
Yeah. And if we fight them level 1, that's not the best for us.
What's your favorite kind of cheese early?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Oh, is it a bot side invade, top side invade?
I personally don't like fighting level 1 at all.
Is it so like
Volatile.
Yeah.
But if we have a Braum, I'm down.
Well, and how many like level ones have like you've been involved in where it's like you're invading and it starts off really well, but then the other team turns on you.
Yeah.
And it's like I almost feel like I've had more level 1 invades where it started off well but went bad by the end than
Yeah.
just started well and went well the whole time.
No. I don't know a whole lot about this top lane matchup, but I'm gonna assume that Tom does not do the best in Aatrox.
No, not being the most mobile champ. Easy for Aatrox to chain those knockups.
Yeah. And I think that Aatrox will usually just out heal the Tom.
Here's the cowbell.
Yep.
A man, a woman, and a yordle walk into the
Overall, jungle matchup, that's one that I haven't saw very much of either. I'm gonna assume that Diana's gonna just out clear Ivern. But I mean Ivern is so unique.
Yeah. Well, I think he's doing that stock standard thing of placing wolves, going to blue, smiting
Mhm.
blue.
Clearing his whole top side.
Yeah.
Really. Long time ago, Ivern used to start at their rates, then smite their red every game. Or opposite side. Whatever opposite side of the jungler, they would just invade and there's nothing that you
Yeah. I remember when Ivern came out, he was he was kind of like Smolder now, right? Where Smolder came out and people were like, a terrible champ, doesn't do anything, and then once people figured him out, it was like, oh, he's actually really broken.
early action in the bot lane. Yeah, we get zoned off the wave, so there's nothing that we can do besides let this wave bounce or hit the tower and try to get what we can get.
Yeah. Well, and then, you know, and the bot lane's playing for level 6 here, so
Yeah. I mean, our whole team comp is playing level 6.
pretty much you want to start fighting as soon as that Yasuo hits 6.
Lambton has a lot of fighting power before 6. So they scale pretty well too.
Ooh.
Ooh, this is very dangerous.
Vanilla Gorilla flashing while the Maokai was in W.
Yeah.
Good roam by the Maokai, though.
Super good roam. Super proactive roam. Oh, that's enough. From the Gat. Ooh, he lives. Oh, he gets a kill. That was close.
That was very close. I think he played it about as well as he could have.
And how often do you really expect a level 2 Maokai to roam the mid lane?
Yeah, not very often. And I was about to say when that was going on that was going pretty good for SVSU because Vanilla Gorilla was able to steal a little bit of the camp, get a level advantage, but now it's 400 gold lead for Lambton.
And typically don't see a lot of Diana's invade so early. Especially when we have like non-priority mid laner. So I don't think Vayne's ever really gonna have a ton of priority over Renekton.
Yeah, not on the Renekton at the very least.
And if you look at the matchup of 2v2 Ivern Renekton versus Vayne Diana, I don't think Vayne Diana win until way later.
Yeah.
I think we're just trying to farm it out for a little bit.
I think the convenient thing, though, is at least for the bot lane for SVSU, is they were able to build up a pretty decent wave and crash it off that.
Yeah.
So I'd say they made up for it a little bit.
Yep. We will see. I'm very curious to see what the marksman player for Lambton will build on Kai'Sa because the Kai'Sa builds are so different. One that people go that's like more lethality into full AP, so Eclipse into full AP. There's one that is Essence Reaver, and 99% that there is a...
Yeah, unfortunate for Cactus
Yeah.
Cat here. Wait, but does he...
Ooh.
Gotta outrun it. He's
He
gotta have a
lives.
Q, right?
It's-
Okay.
It's okay, he lives. And I think the last build is item name here.
Manamune?
Manamune, the full AP.
Into Muramana, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking the Kai'Sa has to go here, right? Because there's so much AD over on the side of Lambton.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I think most Kai'Sa builds go full AP for the most part. So seems
Looks like
like
SVSU will get at least 2 Krugs here.
that is one thing that I will say both of our teams have done very well this year is play
Or
around
not Krugs, but the Scuttlers. Void Scuttles.
grubs.
The Grubs, yeah, Void Grubs. Why was I forgetting those?
Both of our teams. Oh, we're gonna have a fight here. It's gonna be a tough fight. Ooh,
Yeah, rough fight, but they got the 3 Void Grubs, which is huge.
Yeah, and to finish what I was saying, our teams have been pretty good at getting priority and roaming up for those void grubs. Both teams, A and B. Ooh, Aiden with a kill.
Good job on the Yasuo.
I mean, that is um, SV's win condition for sure. One of them is the Yasuo is doing okay at least.
Yeah.
Because there's a very interesting solo queue meme of the 10 death buff Yasuos.
The 0-10 power spike. Yeah. Yeah.
So I hope that we do not see that.
It's real though. I've seen it way too many times for it to be a coincidence, right?
It is a thing.
Man, they are really, really hammering this mid lane.
Yeah, and very hard. We definitely hope to see Brian Ward a little bit more because he's getting roamed on constantly.
Yeah, and like there's no way that Vanilla Gorilla, the Diana's going to be able to gank here because like just looking at the vision around mid lane, like
Ooh, good play from Aiden. SP Soul. Evelyn is most likely. Yep. And what or SV is looking for is really just Diana to hit 6 and Yasuo to hit 6.
yeah.
But Lambton is playing with a lot of priority. They're roaming pretty well. It seems like their vision is pretty good. They have had these 2 pink wards in the river, and I don't think anyone has cleared them for a long time.
Yeah, it looks like Lambton's setting up for the Drake here.
Can't see CS or items, but seems like
I mean, the Yasuo's ahead in lane, which is good.
yeah, Vayne is struggling just a little bit.
Vayne's behind, but I also feel like Vayne's one of those champs that's kind of like Yasuo. Like,
Oh, no.
eventually, being behind at the start, it's not going to matter, right?
I
You know?
also, but Lambton with a roam down bottom lane,
Good wind wall.
very good wind wall. Maybe they can get a kill off this. Oh,
I would say no kill, but still positive play because it's letting the Vayne farm and catch up, and they kind of just wasted their time on a roam.
yeah.
I'd say that wind wall was probably the biggest part of.
I almost think that I think if Aiden ulties off of any of that, I don't know if he had just ding 6, but I'm pretty sure that he gets a kill there. He might die though.
Ooh.
Be a tough one from. Ooh,
Outplayed, huh? Good
Nice.
play.
that was a very interesting play. The flash was a little crazy, but you know,
Confident play, but just something to get the team going,
Yeah.
being down. But like you look there, it's only 100 gold
it's
difference
even
now.
gold. Actually, yeah, it's even gold.
So it's a lot's been. I feel like a lot's been given up by Lambton to try and like get a huge lead here at the start, but they've allowed SVSU to stay in the game.
Yeah, I think they've tried to put a lot of priority into the early game, and we will see how that turns out for them. I don't think it's a bad play. I think it's their support is a very roam heavy support player,
Okay.
so it can catch people off guard like Brian. It can catch Brian off guard. Definitely would have caught me off guard if I got level 2 roamed down by a
Oh,
bot lane.
100%.
Very close fight in the mid lane. Renekton getting away with just a sliver of health.
Yeah, but again, Yas is farming on the bot lane. He's still scaling up.
All of Lambton's players seem to roam a fair amount or just be off the map, like fighting for jungle camps and kind of giving up lane to help their team. Very interesting. Vayne coming in.
Okay, Vayne might be able to get something done here, though. Oh, can we go back?
That's okay. We got a kill on Tom. Most likely gonna get another kill on Maokai. Hopefully this one goes to the Vayne. Oh,
Okay, doesn't.
well, that might be trolling a little. But
But looks like they're going to get 2 grubs off of this, though. So they hit that pretty.
Oh, Renekton coming in.
Yeah, I know Lambton's here, but I don't see how they get in to get these grubs. Yeah, I think SVSU just zones them off and just takes them.
That is pretty fair. But Lambton did pick up 2 kills before that at the red buff. So overall net 10-ish.
Well, I would say looking at the goal, it's net positive for Lambton, but in the long run, it's probably
Ideally, we wanted those kills on Vayne though.
yeah.
But who knows? Maybe the Tom will get gold.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Ooh,
one of the best stat checking champions, right? You know.
ooh, good flash from Lambton Marksman player. Ooh, Aiden with EQ on the creeps.
No ult though, unfortunately.
Fortunate. Evelyn.
Some of these re-engages from the Alistar are a little weird, but
That's okay. Ivern uses Daisy there.
yeah, they don't get anything off of it.
There's not a whole lot you can do
It
besides
just
run
wait.
away.
It just wastes a lot of their time.
Yeah, oh. Might be caught out here. Unfortunate. Evelyn.
How are they going for the dive?
Yep, this is gonna be hard. Aiden is most likely gonna fall here.
Yeah.
Oh! Ooh. Looks like we're trading some kills. With a solo kill in the top lane. Ooh, Brian needs to roam and help. This is most likely going.
Yeah, and they got to try to get it on the. I think okay. I think you take it.
Oh, 100%. Take what we can get at the moment, but it's unfortunate that the Vayne is not getting any of these resources.
Yeah.
But I've played many games where there's a Vayne that is probably 0-7 through lane and ends up still carrying that late game.
Oh, 100%.
It's always just an X factor that could randomly pop off, and
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like Yasuo. It just takes one good fight, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden they take the game over.
like SV posturing for this dragon. Rift Herald should be spawning relatively soon. So we will see if Lambton will decide to trade or fight for this dragon. SV is actually looking to team fight. This is a team fight comp. So, right?
Good Yasuo ult. They take the Ivern out. That's huge.
That
So
is-
even if they don't kill them all, they still net win the fight if they survive and they get the Drake.
Very, very good fight from right there.
There you go.
Playing it how it's written up. This Diana, oh, another fight in the bot lane. Except we used all of our cooldowns, so we should not be fighting. This team comp, or the idea of this team comp, is very cooldown reliant.
Mm-hmm.
So after we use things like Yasuo ulti or Vayne ultimate, we typically are in a lull.
You don't want to fight after that, yeah.
Yeah, we're avoiding most fights until those things come back up.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. This Tom Kench could get scary with. I mean, that's the third solo kill I think in the top lane for the Tom Kench.
Unload the Toad. Matt has played Tom a fair amount this season, or SV Kaiser calling them.
Oh yeah,
man.
I think the people listening have heard it enough too. You know, we're all in the program,
Yeah.
so we all know each other by name, so it's really hard.
Yeah. SV Kaiser has played a fair amount of Tom. He played it in the activation. It is one of I think he's pretty comfortable on it. So
Yeah, and you know, Tom Kench, like trying to stat check champion. You know, you hear that a lot.
big meatball.
Yep.
Oh, we're looking for a pick on the Vayne. Vayne is most likely gonna fall here.
Man,
Brian.
they just will not leave this Vayne alone.
It is a very hard matchup for Brian, and Brian does have a tendency to overextend just a little bit, but it's okay. Hopefully in the next game we will focus on warding. Just
Kind of crucial here, though. They might get first tower off this because that Yasuo's still bot just farming.
and he gets complete solo gold for that.
Yeah, that's big.
The Yasuo definitely seems like he's going to be snowballing pretty hard here, especially after picking up 2 kills near that dragon fight, or 1 kill near that dragon fight.
Yeah, and then in the fights, who do you focus? You're going to focus the Fed Yasuo or the Vayne that's behind? You're going to focus the Yasuo, which is going to open that door for Vayne to have that fight that she can pop off and get back in the game and, really do something.
Oh, tough fight for Tom here. Tom has nothing to do but run.
Unfortunate.
Lambton, very good at...
Okay,
oh,
big Yasuo out there. 4-man, right? Fortunately, just couldn't get it done.
too disconnected, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, it was a 2v5, then a 3v5, then a 1v5 into it.
Yeah, people just are... So, SB's team comp really wants all 5 members there ready to go. And that was kind of like a go in 1 by 1 kind of thing.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a little bit of like desperation, trying to make something happen,
Yeah, and Lambton honestly groups very well. They play well as a team. They're very decisive in their choices.
All right, awkward headbutt there, though.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot we can give. All of our cooldowns are down. No, our Yasuo ulti's down. Our
The pretty important one right now, yeah.
That is like probably the most important cooldown in this comp. So Diana looking for a pick on the Ivern, and this could be a kill. This is definitely a kill.
Yeah, there's no way this Ivern gets away from here.
See, that is the combo that we are looking for.
Yeah.
Is Diana ultimate into Yasuo ultimate.
Yep.
But
now they just got to play safe while the Yasuo ult can come back off cooldown, and then they can... because they're winning a lot of those fights.
Yeah, hopefully SV doesn't fall too far behind while we wait for that ultimate up, or we don't get picked while we wait for that ultimate to come back up, or any of our ultimates. That was... See, this is very hard. Getting flashed on by a Maokai as Vayne is a...
Good luck and Godspeed,
Yeah.
like...
That's just a reflex check, and gotta be fast. But ooh, this is...
Aatrox doing Aatrox things.
Yeah, that is a okay trade. Ooh, flash from...
Another
disconnected
fight.
Yep. Aiden. Oh, flashes in. It's a 700 gold shutdown. And I don't think that they kill Matt here. Oh, they do. With all the Iron shields.
Yeah.
Brian coming in to clean up with Ghost.
There you go. 1,000 gold shutdown on the Vayne. That's huge. Probably going to be another one here. The 1,300 gold play for the Vayne. I mean, like we said, just one good fight. So hopefully that gets him going, right?
Yeah, and if anything, that it brings up a lot of the team's morale, I think.
Yeah, it kind of shifts momentum a little bit, especially considering off that they can get a bounty off this Ocean Drake. Well, bounties are falling off now, but they can get this Ocean Drake, which critically stops that third one for Lambton.
Yeah. But it's very impressive to see Lambton play so aggressively, like
And coordinated.
Yeah, the support player has no issue just flashing onto a mid lane Vayne from Fog of War. It's something that you don't see super often in competitive. Most competitive people are more hesitant when using things like flash. Very different play style, and I don't think that SV is very ready for that.
Yeah, the famous 2017 Worlds double lift. The
Yeah.
meme he's waiting to use his flash next season.
Yep. That's the NA tendency to hold Flash. That is something that we have tried to address this whole season.
Being
Actually,
greedy with it.
is people not using their summoner spells. I don't know. Ooh, just missed that knockup.
Okay, but the Yasuo.
Disconnected, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
I
for some reason, SV has not been able to get all 5 members, fight together. People
Yeah.
are usually on the side or coming from behind. That's a lot of damage from the Kai'Sa.
Yeah. That's got to be an AP Kai'Sa, right? So you can see
It
the
has to
items.
be.
Yeah, it's AP Kai'Sa.
Okay, I did
There's
not-
no way they're not going AP Kai'Sa.
All of that gold went onto the Kai'Sa. Very interesting. Because I think it would have been a very different game if most of those kills would have gained. But
Well, but then for Lambton, it creates a like they have to protect that Kai'Sa though, because if that Kai'Sa goes down, there goes a lot of your damage, right? You know.
so if SV wants to have a chance, they really need to group a little bit earlier. We cannot be having 2 players on the side or come in late because we lose so much of our power, really.
Mm-hmm.
Lambton is just playing it well, honestly.
Yeah, I think just right now it's Lambton's just running their comp better than SVSU's at the moment.
Yep. I said it a little bit earlier, is I hope we don't fall too far behind as we wait for those cooldowns. Seems like we've been getting some team fights, but as soon as we get one team fight, people usually tend to get caught. And it extends things a little bit longer.
Yeah, or it's that chasing for more than you can take. It's take what you can get and
Yeah.
then move.
That was easy.
We're gonna have a little bit of downtime, people just pushing waves. We don't have teleport on Brian might get caught out here. What was it? But yeah, we don't have teleport, so we're permanently down a member for now. I'm being called.
All right.
I will be
Well, thanks, Coach. We'll see you when you come back for game 2.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Like Lambton's gonna try and finish out here, having a quick caster switch, tagging me in back.
Yeah, it's just really hard for SVSU right now. Lambton committed so much successfully to putting that Vayne behind, so it's SVSU has only one ranged character on their roster, and that's the Vayne, and unfortunately the Vayne is just, even though she got a big kill earlier, is just unfortunately just too far behind to do anything that feels good right now.
Exactly, them shutting down that Vayne, and then also, like Josh said, just SV not being able to collapse in quick enough, and them kind of getting a little bit disconnected. Is really being a melee-oriented team is kind of what's caused them to get knocked out so quickly.
Yeah, at the moment it just seems like Lambton's just playing more like a group of 5 than SVSU is, and I think it showed in this first game. Now the big thing is how you got to mentally reset.
Definitely.
That mental reset afterwards, and you gotta hope that to be frank here, Cactus Gat can recover from being camped and everything so much. I mean, if you look at these damage charts, it's 32,000 damage on the Kai'Sa, 10,000 damage difference between that and the next highest damage champ, which is Aatrox, who was solo fighting with the Tahm Kench a lot. It's a lot for SVSU to deal with, but I think SVSU, as long as they get a good mental reset here, and Coach Joshua is casting, as long as he goes in and tells them like, hey, they're playing more as a group of 5 right now than we are. Play as a group of 5. I know he's gonna tell them exactly what was going on. They weren't coordinating their cooldowns properly enough with each other, and then they'll readjust, and I think they'll come back and win this game too. I think draft will look a little bit different too as well.
Definitely. They got kind of banned out in that first match. Lambton. Yeah, they got banned out in that first match, like Josh said. We were expecting to take the Malphite, I should say. And Josh was able to identify the factors that caused Lambton to have the edge up in the early game and have the snowball win overall. So hopefully be able to formulate a team, get some bans in place that are going to shut down that team play, and then maybe SV can collapse a little bit more and have some more 5v5 as opposed to 3v5, 2v5.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to be going to a brief intermission while we wait for the beginning of match 2. The current score is Lambton 1, SVSU 0.
All right, hello and welcome back. We don't yet have the second league game for you. However, so for all of those that came to the watch party, we've had a raffle going on for an SNES, and we have all of the tickets collected here. So we're going to be getting ready to pull the raffle, see who actually wins the prize, who gets to take home the retro console. That's probably going to sit on the shelf because it just looks too cool in the box. Oh, I get to do it. Oh, I've been given the honor. Oh. We got Thomas Couture. Hey.
I won, guys. Look at
I
me.
promise it's not rigged. Show you, there's all the other names in here. He just happened to be his.
Okay, so that will conclude for the raffle, giving him his prize shortly, considering he's actively here, and we'll be sending you guys back over to intermission. Apologies for putting you into purgatory for a second, but it's all good. Be back with a league pretty soon.
All right, yeah, so we're back here with SVSU Red versus Lambton Blue. SVSU gets side selection for game 2 after dropping the first game, so they're going to take blue side here. First game went kind of rough for SVSU, but they can make some adjustments and things here, I think. Oh, got to adjust the mic. Yeah, so things went rough in the first game for SVSU, but like you could see what was there. You could see the concept of it in the last game.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think Yas had a big 4 or 5-man ult at one point, but unfortunately, SVSU had just dug too deep of a hole for themselves to climb back out of to deal with. So they're going to take blue side here, so they're going to go with first pick. We're hopping into draft here with a Smolder ban from SVSU.
Cassante ban
Cassante
from
ban.
Lambton.
I don't expect bans for Lambton to be too different here.
No, there's nothing really that they have to ban out that was causing too many issues in that last game. So
Silas ban. Okay, Lambton doesn't want to play against the Kaisa. That's a direct ban at SV Seoul. Considering he's a Kaisa main. Okay, Maokai ban. The Maokai ban's good.
another Udyr ban.
Another Udyr ban. Yep. Again, that Maokai was that support for Lambton Blue. I got to give credit to him. He played phenomenal in that first game. That roam at level 2, like Coach Josh said, like who's gonna expect that?
Definitely.
But he did a very, very good job of getting the Vayne out of the game and not letting the Vayne back in the game. So
Yeah, they were a very mobile team overall. There was plenty of roaming and a lot of group up ganks that you wouldn't normally see.
All right, here we go. I'm super excited to see Malphite the Rock. He's literally in lore, just a giant sentient mountain. He's awesome. I love him. I used to play him a lot when I played top lane. He's so much fun. He's got one of the most dangerous ults in the game. Some say it's actually better for the Malphite to not ult and just always have that danger of ulting. You're always scared of it.
The fear.
Yeah. Kog'Maw. Okay, Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw is getting a lot better. I've seen some builds pop up with the Kog'Maw that are getting pretty big, but Kog'Maw, incredible late game from that champ. So kind of scared of that one, but they should be okay. A Mordekaiser. All right, so the Mordekaiser is a counter pick to the Malphite top because Malphite does very good into AD matchups. So the Mordekaiser being AP is just a huge counter to the Malphite.
Yeah.
Because the Malphite can't build the resistances quick enough to really deal with him. SVSU going with the Yasuo again, still a flex pick. Malphite also kind of a flex pick. He can go mid. It's crazy. You're crazy if you do it, but he can go mid.
Hey, crazy sometimes works.
All right, Nautilus here too. That is Evelyn's bread and butter. Nautilus, I've seen Evelyn play Nautilus plenty of times, and that champ is really good.
Yeah,
honestly.
Evelyn's very comfortable.
That's
on
one of the most
Nautilus.
annoying hooks to get hit by in the game.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that knot hook. It's a bruiser.
Yeah. I know Evelyn also been working on a tech. There's a very special flash tech with the Nautilus where you ult the you ult a carry on the side, then you flash into their team, because the way Nautilus ult works is when you ult someone, it creates a line of like kind of explosions that will knock people up. So if you ult that person, and it starts at Nautilus. So if you ult the person and then flash into their team, you're knocking their entire team up.
Right.
We're gonna see the Ivern again. Ivern, he's super annoying. Like the Ivern on their team didn't play it too bad that game.
We see SV taking an Aatrox ban. That's definitely not a bad ban after the way he was playing last game.
No, honestly, Kaiser solo killed the crap out of that Aatrox early game, and he still did Aatrox things. So, yeah, he went pretty crazy in that game. Seraphine ban. The Seraphine's bad because Seraphine can play in the AD carry spot or support. Actually, higher win rate in the AD carry position.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Seraphine. Incredibly stupid champ. I can't stand that champ.
Yeah, that's interesting. AD carry support.
Ivern, on the other hand, I love Ivern.
Mhm.
Ivern might be on the other team, but I love that champ. His lore is funny. Anyone watching, I suggest you go look up the lore. It's very funny. Malzahar pick here. Solid champ. Pushes lanes really fast. You can put him in a side lane. He can push really quick. Again, pretty lethal ult like the Malphite. You're kind of afraid. You're kind of afraid of that ult. The Hui pick. So what the Hui pick says to me is that Hui is going mid, and the Malphite's going top. Amumu's gonna go jungle. Yas. Man.
Yeah, you've
kind of-
definitely been seeing a lot more Amumu in the past couple of weeks, and the last Amumu that I've at least personally seen definitely made some waves overall in the match. I think it was 2 weeks ago, the one match right before spring break, that Amumu definitely did some damage.
Yeah, and Amumu was actually, I think, in the history of SVSU esports, I think it is Vanilla Gorilla's most played champ reluctantly. Our very first season of esports here at SVSU, we made him play that champ a total of 6 every game for 6 weeks in a row for 12 games total. 12 games total in a row we made him play that champ. Vanilla Gorilla hates that champ. Renata Glasskeer, also big pick. Honestly, I don't know if Renata's the greatest champ to pick here because Yasuo's the only kind of auto attack based champ on SVSU's team, and even then he's not like insane particularly. And that Renata ult, I can't see that Renata ult doing a ton. You know, I actually think something like the Renata would have been better on the SVSU side, honestly. So
Yeah, definitely an interesting last pick there. There were there are some other better fits, but I mean, who knows? Maybe they've got a plan. We'll see what they can come up with it.
yeah, he could just be someone that's super confident on the champ, and even then, if the Renata ult, doesn't do much as far as like getting teammates to kill each other like it's supposed to, it still stops your opponent from doing what they want to do.
Exactly.
And it's very good at zoning. So, we're gonna see here who people are playing. I'm not gonna lie, sick beat to go through.
Yeah,
on
very
the
exciting
draft
song for the official draft.
Very fun. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of dancing here while we're going through the draft.
It's a good time. So,
Outfight top, okay.
yeah, so I mean, to reiterate from what we said before game one, we've got you said both junglers or seniors that are going to be graduating. They're a jungler for A team and then a jungler for B team. We have Vanilla Gorilla and Sport Geek. Congratulations once again to them graduating. We also have 2 Rocket League teams, I believe, making playoffs. At least one of the Smash teams, one of the League of Legends teams. I'm not 100% sure on the Overwatch teams, and I believe one of the Valorant teams is making playoffs as well. We're going to be doing our trade-off just once again like we did in game 1, and switching off to Coach Josh. We'll see you all in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Coach, give us some insights into the draft in this game.
This was a tough one, honestly. It was kind of the pick ban. We have to ban Smolder. We wasted a ban on Aatrox because they had already locked Mordekaiser. I asked them, I'm like, do we want to run it back with Yasuo? And they said yeah, so we ran it back. And I hope that we win this game so that Vanilla Gorilla's last game is not on Amumu, because he was not
Happy about
he was not super happy about the Amumu, but
Well, that's his most played champ. That's his most played champ in SVSU esports.
that is what I've been told. So I picked it, and I think it's pretty good into this team comp. I will say Lambton's team comp is pretty good though. Kog'Maw has been very popular recently, and Renata, any hyper carry is always good.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I was like, the Renata ults I don't think are going to do a ton, especially if they don't hit the Yasuo. As far as like, getting teammates to kill each other, but like still, like that ult is like, because it's so big, it's so good at zoning and just creating opportunities because you still lose control of your champ for a second or two.
Yeah, and Mordekaiser pick is pretty good because once again we have a 5v5 comp, and Mordekaiser just takes one of those people away.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
honestly, decent draft. Lambton. Brian has been playing a lot of Hui. See how he does on the Hui.
You've heard me in practice. One of my favorite things to say about Hui, he can hit you from a mile away.
Yeah, he can. He's one of those champions that is pretty frustrating to play against, but really fun to play as.
Yeah, I remember we did that in-house the other day in practice, and Brian played Hui, and I was recalling, and he wasn't on my screen, but he killed me, and I was like, yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So,
But I don't. We'll see if the Malphite builds full tank or not. We will see.
I don't think the Malphite really has to go damage. We've had that conversation about he scales well enough with his AP, so
He does.
theoretically he should go tank, right?
But we were playing for fun.
yeah.
Full AP is fun.
Well, then you got to think if you're the Malphite and you go full AP, if you hit that Kog'Maw, the Kog'Maw's gone.
Yeah,
or the Malzahar's gone.
Yeah.
So it's.
But this once again, another 5v5 comp. Hopefully SV doesn't make the same mistakes of trailing in 1 by 1. Hopefully they just understand that we hit our. We don't have ultimates. Probably shouldn't fight them.
Yeah, and if a teammate's gonna die, don't make it instead of a 1 for 0, a 3 for 0.
Yeah. We will see because SP did have very good control of like grubs, and they traded the 2 dragons. We'll see if the game shifts the other way. Maybe Lambton puts a little bit more priority on the grubs, and we trade for dragons.
All right, what soul are you gonna guess it is?
With our team comp, I hope it's like, I don't know. I always like Infernal Soul, so.
All right, joke within the team, but if it's Infernal Soul, then Cactus Cat has to buy pizza, right?
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, we always make the joke about him buying pizza, right?
Yeah, sure. Sure. Well, hopefully, Cactus Cat. Hopefully, we just win this series so that Brian has to buy pizza anyways. That is the ongoing joke. Is as soon as a team wins their first game, Brian will buy the team pizzas. So.
All right. Besides the Yasuo skin, I gotta ask you again. What's the best skin here?
Not statistically, but like the pay to win skin is the Hui skin. Oh, he used the chroma. Never mind. That. Brian, why do you? Oh my man. The red chroma gives it away. It's supposed to be all blue.
Well, see, I think the Larry Bird Ivern skin is
That
the
is
best one.
That is a pretty good one.
Is it Dunkmaster Ivern? I think that's the name of the skin.
I actually like the little teacup Amumu. I forgot the name.
Porcelain
of it.
Amumu's.
That one's
Porcelain
pretty good
Amumu's
one.
pretty good. Not a good Malphite skin. It's just a white chroma on Malphite.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna use a chroma on Malphite or whatever, you better have
Shamrock,
the
right?
Shamrock.
Yeah. Especially in March, right? It's Shamrock Shake Month.
It is.
You gotta go with the green chroma.
It is. But yeah, I am very interested to see how this Malzahar does in this game. Hui doesn't really have an issue getting off that spell shield
Because of the range, yeah.
because of the range.
And honestly, the AoE.
Mhm. And a lot of the times, Kog'Maws are very not mobile, or they'll just stand in auto attack, so that makes things a little bit easier for Hui.
Yeah, and I think it's like the Malphite, unless that spell shield's gone on Malzahar, the Malphite has to ult the Kog'Maw, right? Because he's not going to knock the Malzahar
Yeah.
out. The Malzahar is just going to ult him in return. But then I think that Mordekaiser is going to create issues because of Malphite ults.
Yep.
Mordekaiser is just going to take him out of the fight, so...
It will be a dance of cooldowns, for sure. The nice thing about SV's comp is you have a lot of point and click CC. So like, or single target CC. So Nautilus, Amumu,
Yeah.
Malphite. So that's very easy for Hui to follow up with a QW.
Yeah. Well, technically, the Malphite ult is AoE, but
Yeah.
it's point and click. It's
Yeah,
so
it's
fast.
point
It's
and
point and click. Unless you've got good reaction time and a flash.
Yeah. But I was actually very happy with Aiden's or SP Soul's Yasuo, so
I thought he played great.
I let him play it again. I think it's more of a moral pick right now, or morale.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to enjoy playing it, so I might as well let him play it. I did not see who won the raffle. Isn't it you? Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Congratulations on winning the raffle. But I hope SB wins this game so that we go into a game 3, and Vanilla Gorilla doesn't have to be on Amumu for his last game of the season. But
I think going into game 3 for last game of the season would be hype.
Yeah.
That would just be awesome to see. So.
And the sad thing about our season so far is every early game, SV has won for the most part.
Except for last game,
Yeah,
interestingly, yeah.
but maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a break in the, the
Cycle.
routine. Yeah,
I would think winning early game but blowing leads is a lot easier to learn from than just losing every early game.
yeah. And I would just be very interested to see how this plays out, because they scale pretty well, but so does SV. Lambton, that is, scales pretty well. Amumu
Yeah.
could be getting caught, just
Yeah.
not greedy with the
Not
flash.
greedy, yeah.
I'm actually kind of happy about that. Am I happy that he lost his flash? No, but am I happy that he used it? Yes.
Now, right there, as a learning thing, do you think it would have been better to maybe wait for like waste their time a little bit more? Just keep them up there a little bit more?
I don't think it's worth it.
No, not worth it to risk.
Yeah, I don't think he had enough information to understand that there's not an Ivor in there.
Fair. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you're correct on that one.
Unless he's tracking jungler, which I don't think. No. But the bot-
SVSU looking to protect this bot side, though. You can see they've got vision, but so does Lambton here.
Yeah.
Lambton going to try to pull off a dive.
Ooh, that'll
I don't
be
think they can
very
do it.
interesting. No, not with the missed Ivor and Q. Oh, first blood
First
on the
blood
Amumu.
on the Amumu. Who did they kill?
Renata Glask in the bot lane.
Gotcha. Well, putting Renata behind is not going to be a bad thing at all.
No, I mean, honestly, getting any pressure in that bot lane to free up Yasuo is super valuable.
Now, does Tyler do the funny Amumu build and go AP Amumu?
I mean, it doesn't look like it, but
I think it would have been good to see.
they killed this Kog'Maw.
Just gotta get the hook.
Just not really seeing the opportunities. I
Maybe
don't think.
use the hook before. Probably why Kog'Maw was so comfortable stepping up there.
Yeah, that's probably likely. Very interesting fight. The bottom blue side jungle. Now, this would be the real question: is Glamour, who was on Maokai last game, typically roamed a ton, roamed level 3, roamed pretty much all through like level 5.
Yeah, level 4 now and been stuck here.
Ooh, good
Big,
catch.
good hook.
Way all
Really
through.
good Q from the Amumu.
Oh, way getting suppressed in the back line though. SP gets away.
Yeah, positive play for SVSU. They're taking what they can get and backing off. So it looks like they learned something from last game. They're not trying to go too hard, in there.
Okay.
And Malphite's not inting into the Mordekaiser, so that's positive right
Yeah,
now.
I mean-
Because that's not a fun matchup for Malphite.
No, it is not ideal. But as long as Malphite goes even, we'll take it.
Because to me, like just in this kind of matchup for Malphite, it's the Mordekaiser will out heal you, will out tank you, and out damage you.
Yeah.
So it's
just a tough matchup because Malphite typically stacks a ton of armor. And that's why I gave him the choice if he wanted to build AP or not.
yeah.
Because it's just hard building MR on Malphite.
Yeah.
But I mean, their whole team does magic damage, primarily magic damage. So if SV is not building MR, they are griefers.
Yeah. Well, and to me, if I'm looking at this team comp for the other team, and I'm the Malphite, I'm probably going to go AP and MR.
Yeah.
Because you're going to stack enough armor naturally through your W that you're going to be able to handle it. No, I will say that Kaiser is doing a really good job, I think, of staying in the wave. So if he does get hit by that EQ combo from the Mordekaiser, that Q doesn't crit him like it does on a solo target.
But it will be interesting to see if SV Kaiser or Matt builds Malignance first and then goes full tank for that ultimate cooldown reduction and a little bit of damage so that he can pressure that Kog'Maw.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, he bought Merc Treads.
Can't really argue with the merch.
No, I'm actually very happy because SV typically does not buy Merc Treads when they should be.
Yeah.
And I've tried to harp on them about it. There's buy Merc.
Would you say that's like a lower elo thing too, is not realizing the power of Merc Treads sometimes?
Yeah, it's like tenacity is such a good stat. Ooh.
Good knock up.
Yep, very good. Knock up. We gotta play the wind wall. Oh, that didn't look very right. But Amumu with a counter gank. It's very close. Renata Glass. Ooh, Ivern going down here.
Yeah, the way could be huge.
The
Here.
Yasuo could clean up here. He missed Q. Ooh, we gotta focus the same target. It's gonna be very close. Oh, flash. Yasuo.
Yasuo
Oh,
trades. Net positive. Oh
Yeah.
wait.
No,
Wait.
the Renata's out of mana. So, I think that was a 3 for 2.
I think so because they killed the Ivern, the Malzahar, and the Kog'Maw.
We lost.
We lost Nautilus and
Oh no, 3 for 3 then.
Oh yeah, no, it was 3 for 3.
3 for 3, but we got gold on some of the priority targets like Hui and Yasuo.
Yeah, but I mean Hui's got that bounty, so
Yep.
I'm very surprised that Lambton didn't just camp mid again.
It's very hard to actually camp a Hui because he plays so far back in the lane.
Sure, I was just thinking, maybe because like it seemed to me just last game it looked like it seemed to affect Gakiscat.
Oh, it 100%. It would be a mental warfare thing. Ooh, the flash ulti. Ooh, Matt with the
Rated flash off that though,
the
and
scary
Ignite.
recall. Thought he was out of it, in the clear. Okay, they're trading for grubs. We traded our one dragon. We're happy with that. We're content.
Yeah.
It's a lot of teams typically either try to get a little bit too greedy when it comes to grubs, and they end up losing the grubs and the dragons. I think that happened a little bit last game. I mean, we got most of the grubs, but we lost the dragons, and I think we lost a couple fights around the grubs too.
Yeah, the grubs are super powerful, but it's not worth selling the game
This
for.
is a very hard thing for. Ooh, the gorilla with a counter gank, but Hui just doesn't have the HP pool to pull anything off here. He's gonna be able to poke with QW, but he should recall. Brian has a tendency to not recalling. He's stressing me out.
Well, he's recalling that. Well, no, now he's not. What's the game?
Brian, please recall.
I think he just wants to collect this wave so it gets pushed faster, maybe.
Yep. I mean, I guess he's not getting pressured, but this is one of Brian's tendencies, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, flash.
And they're
not a
good
flash.
wind
Ooh,
wall.
Very good wind wall. But good recall. We don't mind losing flash on Nautilus as much because we run Hex Flash. So
Yeah, so not as big of a deal. I will say Lambton being down kills into Dragon though, still doing good for themselves. Up by about 400-500 gold, kind of
ooh,
floating
good
between
good
there.
knock up from the Yasuo Q into the hook from Nautilus.
And
Oh,
that's a
unfortunate shutdown on the Nautilus, but a shutdown is a shutdown.
yeah, shutdown's a shutdown. You're correct.
Um,
And then what they get off the back of that is they can get a wave crash, get a recall, bounce back to the wave on their side.
yeah,
Such a positive play.
Kog'Maw having a bounty that early is a little alarming for SV though.
Yeah, it's got to be due to farm, right? Because he died recently. I'd like
Yeah.
to see how much farm.
Mm,
No, he's down on farm.
well, he did pick up 2 kills in that bottom lane fight, so
But he died too. So
he did.
well, the way the code works is it probably put the bounty on after,
likely.
right? Yeah.
Let's
This
say-
could be
Ooh, very scary from Brian. He needs. Oh, SV overstaying just a little bit. They got those kills in the bottom lane and transitioned to Dragon, and
triple kill on Kog'Maw. That's going to be really tough for SVSU to deal with.
yep. I think bot needed, or both of our SV's bottom lane needed to reset, and we ended up trying to force a Dragon.
I think we clearly know who Malphite's going to be ulting now, right?
Yeah. Ooh. Just a hard matchup, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder how that's going in terms of farm too.
Blue
And
team's turret has been destroyed.
Well, SV losing that top turret. The first turret is gone. So a lot of gold being funneled into this Mordekaiser.
yeah. Now a 2.3k gold lead for well, it was 2. Pretty
Yep.
much down to 2k. 0.1 for
Lambton seems to be playing the early games pretty well, because SV is normally very good at early games.
yeah.
So the fact that we're not coming out ahead in the early game, testament to their early game.
Yeah. I actually haven't seen SV lose an early game all season, so you could say in their conference this season we're the best early game team, but
Yeah.
you know, then mid to late game, you know, would falter. But
Oh,
this could be
Aiden
huge.
pulling out the air blade.
Shut down
keyblade.
on the Kog'Maw.
I'm very proud of Aiden for that. Pulled out. Oh,
Kind of a needless Renata ult, but
that's Brian needs to play a little bit more passive. If the bot lane, it was very clear that the Renata was not in the lane. Because they were able to kill the Kog'Maw uncontested. So Brian really needed to respect the fact that support player typically roams a lot, but it's very hard with a Malzahar. So
yeah. So you said the Keyblade right earlier. Explain the tech. Explain
So-
the Keyblade tech.
a Keyblade is when Yasuo EQs to a minion and then hits R, and you get the Q damage on the person that you R'd in the air. So you dash to a minion while hitting Q, and then you immediately press R, and you still get that Q damage on the ultimate.
Gotcha. And then if they're not dead, you're 1Q away from having a tornado again, and you know.
No, you actually don't get the stack.
Oh, you don't get the okay.
Well, you can. You can.
I'm not a
It just
Yasuo
depends.
player, so
It depends if there's creeps around, but yeah. And then that can usually set up for like another EQ through the person, and
Okay, ult
then
from
you'll have Q through
Mordekaiser.
you. Ooh,
Yeah, Malphite gonna flash here. This is the dead
This is-
Mordekaiser.
this
It's gotta
is-
be right.
good. Oh, very good fight for SV.
Good and on the way.
The shutdown
Really important. They
goes
did a really good job of getting that on him.
to someone on with a priority. Brian really has been enjoying the Hui, so I'm glad that he gets to play it.
Yeah, SV not playing too rattled.
Oh,
Also, I mean, when you think about it, the Kog'Maw is where most of the gold is. So if you take the Kog'Maw out
yeah.
and in a team fight, you're probably looking at a decent advantage. Yeah, I mean, 5 of the 7 kills. Not farming as well, but Still got 5 kills
Yep.
on a hyper carry. So
But the good thing is I would, in some cases, almost consider Yasuo hyper carry also. So the fact that Aiden is farming so well and he's picking up kills here and there, pretty good thing. It's gonna be interesting to see if he builds a Quicksilver stash
to get out of the Mordekaiser ult, yeah.
or the Malzahar ulti. There's a lot of value in Quicksilver this game.
Well, even then, it's like sometimes what happens with Mordekaiser ult it's happened to me before, where you ult someone, and it's like you're locked in here with me, and then you figure out, no, you're locked in there
Yeah.
with them. So the Yasuo gets going, it's like,
Yeah, and the Mordekaiser doesn't have a lot of tank stat right now. So I think the Yasuo would do okay in the Death Realm.
especially if the Yasuo can get a little bit of sustain while he's in there, right?
Yep. Ooh,
Good
another
ult, good ult.
Keyblade from Aiden. Ooh, he's got to be very careful. The wind wall just coming up. Wait, trying to go for the Renata Glass in the backside, but not a whole lot of damage left. Ooh. Oh, man.
Huge fight for SVSU. Losing no one, killing 3.
Yeah, I mean, SVSU played that pretty well. I mean, they fought with all of their members there. So, a step in the right direction.
Aiden playing about as dangerous as he could have played there, too, you know?
The silence from Malzahar made it so that he was not able to wind wall
Yeah.
until the last second.
I think I saw the auto in the air.
Aiden going down. Oh, but he trades.
But yeah, he trades. So yeah, it's like we said, like he could do with the Mordekaiser, yeah.
Well, the nice thing about it is Yasuo bot lane typically runs exhaust. So if the Mordekaiser puts him in the Death Realm, Yasuo will just exhaust him.
Mm-hmm.
So
And he's got the E, so like if Mordekaiser Qs, he can just E through Mordekaiser to dodge it. Same thing with Mordekaiser's E.
yep.
Right? It's the E, right? The dash.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's still a pretty hard matchup, but exhaust should give him that, breathing room to survive. But a lot of this game relies on the Kog'Maw for Lambton, so we'll see.
I mean, you're
They're using a lot of cooldowns on
that's
Nautilus,
Malzahar out on an ult on a Nautilus. I don't think that's gonna do much.
but I think that they're playing it more like a pick style comp. Aiden most likely should have ultied off of that. Ooh,
No, I
another
think
good-
he being a little patient might have helped out.
This is a scary
Oh,
team fight.
okay.
This was a very disconnected team fight again.
Honestly, seemed a little bit like that for both teams.
Yep. Wei was a little late on the rotation. And this is very scary for the Hui.
Not being greedy with the flash, just
Had to use
going for it.
This is the issue that SP ran into last game is now that they're out of cooldowns, they are in a vulnerable position.
Yeah.
But ooh, Brian picking up a kill with that QW off screen.
From a mile away.
Don't approve of that.
You don't approve of the
don't.
mile away?
No, I don't.
All right, we'll stop.
The dad jokes, I can't, man. But yeah, Wei able to pick up a kill from very far away is always a nice little feeling, especially for the Hui, not for the Renata, fortunately.
Yeah. SVSU here though, still down gold. I mean, you can't see that gold lead in game, so sometimes you look at the score and you're like, oh, we're up.
Yeah,
And it's
I
like you're
think
not up.
a lot of that just comes down to CS. So Matt is down 50 CS, Brian is down. Now, Malphite ulti with no follow-up is a little scary. I don't think Matt ended up building any damage. Oh, he did. He did buy Malignance. Okay, so
He's doing what he should have, like you said. Yeah.
Yep. That I guess he was just pressuring with that ultimate a little bit. It should come up a little bit faster because of the item Malignance gives ultimate cooldown reduction.
Now, see, I wonder when the dragon's up because Lambton's gonna have to fight SVSU with the dragon,
so
so
this-
that's SVSU gets to approach on their terms and fight it. the very least.
And SV really does enjoy fighting in places like the river or in a choke by buffs. We will see if Lambton chooses to trade. It seems like there's
They're
something
going for Baron.
Yeah, they're going for a Baron sneak. What some people like to call this the NA burger flip.
A Baron throws, yeah.
But
Three
we
members of
don't
SVSU
know.
approaching a group of 4 or 5.
SVSU gonna make it. Maybe they will be able to clean it up. They should just back off and give it a. Wait, teleport canceled.
Honestly, probably a positive for the play. That teleport was.
Looks like he's getting away with not the best health. So I would assume that the Malzahar got it with a Q then. Didn't ulti him. Caught it with a long range silence. That's fine. Wade doesn't have ultimate. Honestly, I don't think we want to fight that.
Dragon, no.
We don't want to fight that Baron without all 5. And now we're...
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and without Hui ultimate also, because I would say our team is a little bit lacking in damage outside of our mid and bot lane. So if we're missing Hui ultimate, we lose a lot.
SVSU gonna have a little bit of an ult advantage here, though. Renata not having her ult for at least a few seconds is kind of important.
Yeah, and we kind of just deathball this. We can get a lot of value out of the Yasuo wind wall. Looking for a pick on the Mordekaiser. Matt flashes away. Everyone's waiting outside of the Death Realm. And this should be a dead Mordekaiser. Yep.
Dead Mordekaiser. Dragon hasn't been started, just spawned.
SV will most likely force this. They did not use any cooldowns. Good knockup from... Oh, super good.
Super huge Malphite ult. Oh my gosh.
This
Big fight. Yeah, that wombo. That, like...
is the
You're
5v5.
gone. Yeah.
I really...
Huge fight to secure the soul.
Super big fight. Honestly, they layered their CC very well. One of the big flaws about this comp that happened last game was Yasuo following up on a knockup too early, actually, and just going in and kind of getting blown up. So I'm glad that Aiden was a little bit more patient there. Waited for the things like the Malphite and Amumu to get in there and soak up some of that threat.
Yeah, I mean, the Amumu ult allows the Yas to not only ult and get away, but ult deal some, like, really get in there and deal some more damage, you know, some follow-up damage.
Yep. And like I said, I'm Aiden does perform pretty well on the Yasuo, but Brian Sway actually performing very well.
Yeah.
It's very like the Amumu lockdown, the Nautilus lockdown, all super easy to Q W. And for the people that don't know, is Hui does get more damage if they are CC'd. Oh, big team fight outside the Baron. But this is one of the low points for our team, is when we don't have cooldowns or all 5 people.
I'm not gonna lie, this Mordekaiser just kind of banging his head against the wall trying to kill this Malphite every fight.
Yeah.
Might work this time.
It does work this time, and we should disengage here.
Yeah, I think the Yasuo and the Hui have the right idea of just get out. Just get away.
Yep, and just live to see another day.
Well, because the Hui and the Yasuo still have, well, at least the Hui has, like, really good wave clear.
Yep.
You know, so you can deal with this because they're not Baron-empowered minions anymore.
Best wave clear if we fought. Good poke from the Hui, but a lot of pressure from Lambton. A lot of pressure. We did see that it was a... Oh,
Okay, flash off the Kog'Maw. That could be huge.
looking to follow up on this. Oh, just disengaging. Oh,
Good hook.
a lot of priority, but we don't have all 5 players from Saginaw Valley.
Yeah.
Honestly,
And the Ivern gets away with 1 health.
yep. This should not be the end of the game, but it's looking a little bit scary for Saginaw Valley. We have no Mumu ulti. Malphite ulti is up, but we don't have that follow-up from Yasuo.
Yeah.
So losing mid inhibitor isn't the worst, but all we have to do is hopefully just get a good team fight. That's all we're looking for, is just a good team fight, and then capitalize off that and get some objectives.
Yeah, I mean, SVSU also hasn't been able to crack any of these outer turrets.
Yep. Is a tough one. Bot lane is the closest to being broken, but like mid lane is on full health. But we have a team fight comp. We'll see how that goes. Lambton doesn't have the most stock standard team comp, but they're playing it very well.
Yeah, I think SVSU, they have to get a big win here by the Baron with Lambton so they can get a little bit of catch-up gold for that Elder when it comes up, because that's pretty much a game decider.
Yeah. I think we're going to be doing the Baron dance for a little bit here. Pushing out mid lane. Lambton's probably going to posture towards the Baron. They do it very fast with Kog'Maw, Malzahar.
Yeah.
And relatively safe with Ivern. So,
Yeah, I mean, you get Daisy's just another meatball.
yep. Looking like we're going in right for a team fight, but oh.
Way gets taken out
Ryan
right away. That's not... Vestamuumu's gone. 4-man Yasuo ult, but what is there to...
Oh, good. Ooh, Malzahar ultimate on the Malphite. Aiden's just trying to survive.
Yeah, he's got to go home.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Hui got caught out there. Very hard from Fog of War. Brian did have both of his summoners up.
Oh,
That could be GG.
that's mighty unfortunate.
Well, if Saginaw Valley loses this game here, I will say I'm still, proud of how they played. It's been a rough season, but I think next season things will go a lot better. Oh, I mean, SV is turtling here, so
Yeah, it's just hard.
it's just a little bit too late. Honestly, well played to Lambton. Saginaw Valley played it pretty well. That'll be it.
Yeah, congrats to both teams on their seasons, though. That was, like you said, tough one for SVSU, but,
Very tough loss. Tough loss. Congratulations to Lambton. That is the end of A team season. B team still has playoffs coming up. What, next week?
yeah, we start next week. Yep.
So, and thank you to Vanilla Gorilla for playing jungle this season. I'm sorry that you had to finish your SVSU esports career on a Mumu, but I feel like it's inevitable. Yeah, hopefully next year or next semester, we'll get things ironed out a little bit more, because this semester was a lot of. I think there was so many positives, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, again, those early games, winning the early games, they got a whole summer to learn how to develop that early game into, the mid and late game. And I actually thought SVSU had the better mid game there.
Yeah.
I mean, they got the soul. They did a lot of what they were supposed to do. Just some fights that, just like you said, disconnected, disjointed, and unfortunately they couldn't get them. But there's nowhere to go from up.
Yeah, and
so
the nice thing is I think the team's chemistry overall, like outside of the game, people like to hang out and play games together or go shoot basketball or whatever it may be. So I think that's a really good dynamic to have.
Yeah, that being a part of the team extends outside of the game
Yeah.
for all of us. So I would like to say, though, again, SV Vanilla Gorilla, those of you that don't know, that is my roommate and like my best friend, and I love that guy to death. And I just want to wish him a big congratulations on graduating soon. I wish him all the success in the future. Tyler's mom, Tyler's dad, you raised a great kid. He's been awesome. And honestly, he's like one of the best teammates a guy could have. So congratulations to him.
Yeah, and I guess that is the end of my first semester with the A team. I mean, I still plan on working with them on the summer. I don't know if I will be back in the fall. Maybe if things, I don't. That's up to everybody else. But
I want you back. I think you're great.
I think I had a really good time. I think the students really want to improve, and honestly, they're all just great to be around. So thank you for having me, and thank you to the stream team for having us on here for this last broadcast of the A team.
Yeah, so for everyone watching, thank you for watching tonight. Thank you for watching A Team season. I don't know if we're streaming playoffs for B Team. If we do, I hope to see you guys tune in. It would be great to have the support. But again, congratulations to our A Team on not a successful season in terms of the win-loss, but learning and becoming better teammates. I think that's where it starts.
And the friendships made.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like lame
It's
and
kinda
stereotypical,
corny.
right? But like, and corny, yeah. But
kinda
like,
corny.
it's true. It's true. Yeah. So congratulations to A Team. It's been a pleasure working with them this season. Hope to see them back next year. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for watching.
Thank you.